Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Dear friends, Namaste to all of you. This is Dr. Samir Nandan, general physician and an expert in diabetes. Today I have come to you with another very important topic, which is urine. Understanding urine is a very important step to safeguard our health for all the years to come. Just by observing urine, we will be able to identify several potential diseases in future. I am going to divide today's topic under two heads: the macroscopic examination or the naked eye examination and the microscopic examination. Dear friends, I have been making a lot of health videos with one goal in mind, that is to create a much healthier society. So please subscribe to my channel and keep sharing the content with everyone that you come across. Now let us discuss about the naked eye examination of urine. In this, I am covering 6 aspects. Number 1, the color of urine. Urine should be colorless or the color of water or white in essence. If urine turns pale yellow, even that is okay, but if urine turns really yellow in color, that indicates dehydration, which means you are not taking enough liquids for the day. What will you do then? Increase your water input. Take at least 4 or 5 more glasses of water in a day. If urine turns deep yellow in color, that may indicate jaundice or liver disease. In that case, you will require higher and further investigation. Sometimes the urine may have a reddish tinge. That indicates a possible kidney stone or a ureteric stone. That also requires higher investigation. If urine turns really red in color just like blood, that is an urgency. We have to meet the doctor immediately and investigate the cause. The second aspect is the quantity and frequency. Quantity. Ideally, an adult should pass around 1 to 1.5 liters of urine in a day. How do you measure that? We don't need to measure that. It is only an approximation. We roughly know how much 1 liter of water amounts to. So we have to observe on any given day how much urine is going on a whole. If it is less than 1 liter, we must increase our water intake. If it is more than 2 liters, that is also not normal. Excessive urine can happen in two conditions. Number 1, something as simple as over intake of water. Some people are extra careful or over enthusiastic. They consume around 4 to 5 liters of water in a day. That much is not really required. A typical person needs around 1.5 to 2.5 liters of water in a day. So if somebody is consuming more than say 3 liters, naturally the output may also be more than 2 liters. The second condition is a bit more serious, which is diabetes or higher blood sugars. If blood sugar is high, one is likely to pass more than 2 liters of quantity in a day. And also observe your nights. A healthy person need not wake up during the night for micturition or for passing urine, or he may wake up once, that's all. If one is forced to wake up for urination more than once during the night, that also indicates possible diabetes. The third aspect is the thickness of urine or the turbidity of urine. Urine should be as thin as water. If urine becomes thicker, that may indicate the presence of protein in urine. I will discuss about this thing at the end once again. The fourth aspect is the flow. All through the process of micturition, the urine flow should be really smooth. But sometimes this flow will be interrupted in certain diseases. The most common disease is the prostate enlargement seen in males above 50 years of age. When prostate is enlarged, it becomes a hindrance or obstruction for the flow of urine. So they have to exert much more pressure and the flow will never be smooth. There will be a lot of hesitancy. They would want to pass urine, but they find it very difficult to do. They will require ultrasound abdomen test to determine the size of prostate and if necessary, appropriate therapy. The fifth aspect under naked eye examination is the surroundings. Once you are done with passing urine, just have a look at the surroundings, not immediately but 1 hour later. If you find ants or insects pulling up at that place around the toilet pan, it indicates the presence of possible sugar in urine. Then one would require to test diabetes. Secondly, observe whether there is any foam or froth when urine hits the toilet pan or the commode water. That again indicates the presence of protein in urine, which is not normal. And the sixth aspect is heat or the temperature of urine. Urine is generally warm and comfortably warm. If there is excessive heat, it may lead to a kind of discomfort or burning or pain while passing urine. That indicates that you are dehydrated. Again, increase your water consumption by at least 1 liter per day, or consume urinary alkalinizers, for example, barley water, buttermilk, and simply plain water. Now let us discuss about the most important investigation for urine, which is the simple urine routine, also called urine complete examination or urine microscopy. Here also I am going to explain to you 6 different aspects. The first among them is the presence of WBC or white blood cells or pus cells. Ideally, there should not be pus cells in urine. In males, around 0 to 4 or maximum 6 pus cells is permissible, and for females up to 8 pus cells is permissible. More than 6 in males and more than 8 in females indicates the presence of urine infection. Simply by drinking more water, this may go away. Sometimes it requires medication. Along with pus cells or instead of pus cells, sometimes there could be bacteria visible in urine. 9 out of 10, some kind of medication will be necessary to clear away the bacteria. In some situations, we choose not to treat this also. The second aspect under microscopy is the presence of RBC or red blood cells. Again, ideally, RBC should be 0 under microscopy. If you find any number of RBC, let us say 1, 2, 3, 4 or any number, it is better to investigate it further. The commonest cause for the presence of RBC in urine is kidney stone or ureteric stone. So what do you do when you see RBC in urine? Just drink lot of water, 3 to 4 liters of water, and repeat the test after a week and see. If RBC still persists, that is the time you go for higher investigation. Sometimes the RBC comes as plenty, which means more than 100 RBC per slide. This is a bit more serious and time should not be wasted. Consult the doctor immediately. The third aspect under microscopy is the presence of casts and crystals. What are these? These are nothing but microscopic stones or calculi. If you happen to find casts or crystals in urine, drink lot of water for the next 7 days or 10 days and repeat the test. If there are still casts present, better to go for an ultrasound abdomen or visit your family doctor. The fourth aspect is the presence of bile salts and pigments. Presence of bile salts and pigments in urine indicates jaundice or liver disease. This warrants further investigation of liver. The fifth aspect is sugar. Presence of sugar in urine. Ideally, the sugar should be nil or 0. Sometimes the report may show a plus or 2 or 3 or 4 plus. What does it mean? Urine contains sugar. For a diabetic patient who is already on medication, this may not mean much, but this becomes very important in the case of a non-diabetic, someone who is not known to have diabetes. So if those kind of people get a urine report with sugar as plus or 2 plus or 3 or 4 plus, it requires immediate measurement of blood sugars. The sixth and the last aspect is the presence of protein or urine albumin. Ideally, this should also be nil or 0. But there are certain diseases in which protein will be excreted out. The commonest is advanced diabetes. For a person with diabetes who is not so well controlled over years, they may find protein in urine. That indicates potential kidney affliction. So these people should make sure that they visit their doctor, get sugars under control. And the same applies for blood pressure also. And there are certain rare conditions such as nephrotic syndrome, nephritic syndrome, in which protein excretion would be seen. However, it is very important to note that the protein in urine should not be checked immediately after exercise or during any illness or fever. In those conditions, proteins could be positive temporarily. That does not indicate disease. When you are very healthy, when you have not exercised in the last 1 hour, if your urine shows protein as positive, that requires further evaluation. Now the important question, who requires to do the urine routine test? Everyone. Every adult above the age of 25 years arbitrarily requires urine routine examination at least once a year. The test is so easy to do, available everywhere and so economical. It will cost around 70 to 100 rupees. But it has a potential to prevent a whole horde of diseases. So friends, to summarize the entire topic, today you have learned the basics of urine. The color, the quantity the flow, the frequency, the presence or absence of sugar and protein, and the microscopic basics such as the pus cells, red blood cells, casts and crystals, bacteria, bile salts and pigments. Dear friends, be watchful, be observant, at the same time do not panic, be calm, be peaceful, be trusting, take care of yourself. Thank you so much. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu.